Good evening, everyone. I'm back. Whoa, crazy. I'm back from my vacation. Um, I haven't put together like a photo album yet to show off of all of my convention pictures and of all the loot that I got, all of the art that I got yet, but I may do that tomorrow during my special stream, just like show off some stuff that I got and some of the pictures that I took with with some of the like celebrities and cosplayers that I saw. Um, it was a good vacation. FanX was a lot of fun, and meeting the voice actors I was looking forward to was was really fun. It was like even better than I anticipated. Um, and tomorrow, even though I'm not streaming on Tuesdays anymore, tomorrow is the release of Flynn's banner, so I am gonna do a short stream for that because I'm really excited for him and I can't wait like until Friday to wish for him. I'm too impatient. I wanna be playing with him before before it's I have another stream. So special stream tomorrow night for that. And today I'm gonna be starting on a new project. Um, finally, some new art. I am going to be drawing all of the Chrysos heirs. Um, so I know let me cut into my art program. Here we go. I know that I drew like Genshin fan art on stream before, but now we're doing Star Rail. Crazy, crazy. Um, it's mainly because I did these oh my gosh, I forgot how hefty these layers were. These groups, but it's mainly because I did these um of the oh my gosh, the Stellaron hunters, and so I'm wanting to draw some more Star Rail characters and take a little bit of a break from doing Genshin characters because I did just do like the big print and 6 chibis. So gonna gonna be working on some more photo cards and buttons. And who better than the Amphoreus cast? I love all of them. And so yeah, I have it split up into 3 different um canvases right now for like 4 each. Um and I'm missing the a reference for like Cyrene for like her big form. So I won't be doing that right now. But it's gonna take me so long to do these that by the time we have references for her, I probably still won't be finished with them. Because I also don't have Trailblazer yet. I have references for Trailblazer, but I don't have them in a canvas because I'm not fully sure how I'm gonna want to do that. I'm still like brainstorming what I want to do with them anyways. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't with the white background. Let me darken that up. I'm thinking that I want it to be almost like a big like I need to make this bigger. This is also not my sketching. Ugh. Ugh. I forgot that it updated. Where's my Where's my 6B pencil? Okay. Huh. Safe. We're saved. Um, I forgot that it updated. Wow, this brush looks very different now. What? That is throwing me off. I'm so sorry. I haven't drawn much on Procreate since the update, so I'm still relearning it, sadly. Um, I am still like brainstorming what I want to do. I'm thinking like it could fit together as like one big piece, like Trailblazer in the middle. Um, Cyrene up here. I don't even. I'll be honest, guys. I'll be honest. I kind of keep up with leaks. I don't kind of. I do keep up with leaks. That's just. I keep up with leaks. um, but I don't remember what Cyrene looks like, but let me make this smaller so I can see what I'm doing. So, like, Cyrene would be up here, and then Finan would be down here, and then I would have two versions, so it would be Kalis or Stel in the middle with Mem. Finan down here, and then I would split it up more, maybe? Because how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have. Oh no. Counting. We have. Saridra. Sari. No, not Siri. Get out of here. Get away. I hate that. Hi Hyacinths. Um Hyacinth. Hyacinth. Aglaya. Cypher. Treeby. Anaxa. Evernight. Dong Hung. DEP. DEP. Saridra Hyacinths. Hyacinth. Get out of here. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Caesar. I'm gonna call her Caesar. Cause I can't with it auto doing that. Don Hung. Okay, wait. Caesar, Hyacinths, Hyacinth, Aglaya, Cypher, Treeby, Anaxa, Evernight, Don Hung. Cyrene, Finan, Mighty. Castris. Let me ignore me right now. I got pictures of all of them. Who am I forgetting? One, two, wait. I have so much open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I guess because Finan is taking up this. That's probably why I'm miscounting. Finan. Ooh, is there a way for me to make this work? I'm thinking. This is. Okay. Wait, let me, like, get up the list on my phone so that I am making sure that I'm counting right. I'm gonna feel so guilty if I'm forgetting someone. I'm gonna feel so bad if I forgot anyone. Hmm. No? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 9. Oh, because there's only 11. Because we're the 12th. Unless I feel like so stupid right now. Okay, I need to figure out how to do this then. Because if I include Evernight and Don Hung, then it's making it weirder. but I want to include Evernight and Danheng because they're specifically. I mean, I could move Fine in here and just have like this big piece, like just be two of like Trailblazer. Like, okay, let me duplicate, move, lower the opacity so I can redraw what I'm thinking now. Cyrene up here. Trailblazer upside down right here. Circle. And then I could cut it up differently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2. Okay, wait. Oh, I'm so bad at math. Okay. Nope, that won't work out. No. Okay, wait. See, this is why we do thumbnailing. It will need still 4 divisions. That would look so awkward. Because there would still have to be 6 on each side, so it's like I just want all of them to fit into like one big piece somehow. Even though I'm doing them all individually, I want to make it so that they could fit into one piece, if that makes sense. Like if someone bought like 2 big prints and then all of the photo cards, they would be able to like make a full image with them. It's kind of what I'm trying to achieve. Amphoreus. Cyrene. I think the Trailblazer upside down could still work. It would make like a big long tapestry probably. Because it would be an Axa, Evernight, Donhung, Mighty, Casterus, Finan, Caesar, Hysolence, Hyacinth, Aglaya, Cypher, Treeby. And I would want Finan to be like in the middle. I mean, they would probably be like rearrangeable. That something like that might work. I'm sorry, this is not me drawing the Chrysos errors yet. This is me brainstorming. Um, and if I did it like so that everyone like was facing this way, like facing one side, it would kind of imply the order that they're supposed to like go in. Like if they turn their heads to face the Amphoreus that's in the middle. If that makes sense. And then they would all have their symbols of their godship down here. Chrysos symbols down there, almost like their tarot card. And yeah, like Mighty would be in this position. Like that's what Mighty's would uh, generally look like. And then like Caesar, it's very funny to call her that since Apple products be doing their own thing. Caesar would be looking down for once, but they would all be like profile views, but their heads would be angled differently. And then Cyrene in the middle would be holding a heart or something. I don't know. And looking down. And then Trailblazer would also be looking down with like the feather. I probably shouldn't include Mem since the feather and the book. Probably shouldn't include Mem since Mem is like Cyrene. I'm also I may reorder these so that it makes more sense. Like, let's put Hyacinth over here and Castors over here. And I haven't played the new quest that just came out yet, so I'm not sure if like where Dawn Hung and Evernight are would be appropriate or not. Either way, let's let's group these together and lower the opacity so that I can start sketching. In general, I think I'm gonna follow like this rule of thumb, at least for now. And so, ah, Finan. Finan of Ides Elysiae. It's time to draw you. Finally, I actually haven't drawn Finan more than just like a couple little doodles of him. I don't remember how I even drew him. I'm also gonna want to make these like buttons, so I have to also keep in mind the requirements for like the size of those, like making sure that the character will fit into a button with what I'm doing so that I don't have to like make another canvas and rearrange layers and resize things. And he has like the sun symbol. I'm just gonna pretend that that's whoa. And then there would be like a little border maybe. So it'd be kind of like that. Yeah, I actually haven't drawn him. Actually, I might have. Let's scooch back into my like character sketching screen. Oh, that was mighty. Castrus. Ugh, why did I do this to myself? Bennett. Oh, are these all Genshin ones? These are all Genshin ones. Except for Sampo. Sampo, the the creature. Ugh. That boot hill does not look very good. Jingyuan. Another Castrus. Don Hung. Sunday. Did I just could have sworn that I've drawn Finan before. Um, I try to keep my characters consistent when I draw them, which is the main reason that I'm even like scrolling through them to try and find him. I could have sworn that I drew him at some point. Um, hmm. Did I do a second? Nope. Okay. Okay, cool. Ignore all my schoolwork stuff down there. That means that I just get to make it up as I go. I never complain about that. Let me turn up the opacity on my reference so that I can see better. See my nice crunchy reference. Yeah, thirds. And then half, thirds. This is also practice for me to get better at drawing side profiles because I have not been doing it very much at all outside of my figure drawing class that I took a couple semesters ago now. It's been a while since I've even like done some figure drawing. Either way, that's a basic head. And it'll be obvious who is who because their bodies are still forward facing even if their heads are not. Which may be more pain for me considering how complicated their outfits are, but I'll deal with it. I remember when I remember when, as if as if Amphoreus was forever ago. But I mean it has been a while that we've been in Amphoreus. But I remember when Amphoreus came out and thinking like, oh, Finan looks like his class in D&D as a paladin. And you know what? He's still a paladin in my heart. I mean, he totally would choose choose paladin as his class if he played D&D or a D&D like equivalent. What would Amphoreus' version of D&D be like? That's that's a question I'm going to be thinking about for a while now. Gotta include his twigs. Before I even draw the rest of his hair, it's just twigs. Finan has big bright eyes even after all he's been through. I need to, even though his head is tilted up, his jaw should be. Bro just got plastic surgery in 5 seconds. Sometimes drawing upside down helps me figure out like proportions. Similar to like flipping the canvas, but actually like drawing upside down helps mitigate the oh, I have automatic on. Drawing upside down helps mitigate like the lean that I get from being left-handed. Like all of my drawings like to lean one way, which is different from how most people's leaned because most people are right-handed and not left-handed. How zoom zoom and enhance. I might need to add in his reference again so that I can just get a clearer view of his side profile. Clear in quotation marks. Because his hairline would be like this. Close to it. His hair is so fluffy and messy. It would be so fun to play with. I just know it. That's how rough I usually start these, and then I'll go back and clean it up after I get everyone else drawn. But I am gonna flip him because, yeah, there's something wrong with his jaw still. What am I doing wrong? I feel like his wink, 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 wink. Yeah, his jaw needs to not go out that far. That was Gave him, like, big old juicy lips. He probably does. I'm also gonna need to, like, try and make sure that everyone looks different enough. Where did I put Aglaya? Aglaya would be facing this way. Just, like, straight on, almost. Let me tip a tap on my computer to find the crisis error symbols. Because, you know, the other way I could do it, which it would be so hard to make a print like it, but the other thing that it could be is like a wheel with everyone going around it with like Trailblazer one way, Sari draw the other, or not Sari draw. Siri, Siri, can you get out? Okay, leave. Okay, with Cyrene, that's what I meant to say. Cyrene one way and Trailblazer the other. And then like everyone around them, but if I did that, then I would just have to like... Ooh, if I did that... I mean, because I could, after I do all of them... I mean, everyone would have to be like facing forward then to make it work. I'm not sure I want everyone... I like the idea of everyone facing to one side or the other. But if I did that, then it could be like all of the Chrysos heirs in the middle, and then like Dawn Hung, Evernight, Herda, Eligus, and then there would like Amphoreus symbol in the middle. All 12 of the Chrysos heirs except for Cyrene. Um, that could work. Again, I don't want everyone facing forward, but this could also work as an idea for how to put them all together after I do them. Either way, I think I still want everyone facing one direction or the other, looking up or down. And maybe the up or down could symbolize like their... how they view things, like how they... like if they're like attitude, an outlook on the world, perhaps. So I feel like Aglaya would still be looking slightly down. See, I'm getting it. I'm plotting and planning. I'm figuring it out. What is romance's symbol? I forgot. Oh, it's that symbol. It is like... It's like this. That's the romance symbol. That's weird. Move her up slightly. Let me also get rid of this. Because from... Oh, right, I get to draw her, like, Laurel Crown. I love Laurel Crown so much. I might make her hair, like, even curlier than it is in game. Because it seems like it should be, like, way curlier. Yippee! Chrysos heirs. You know, I still have such a soft spot for Penacony, but Amphoreus really has, like, captured my heart. I have loved everything about Amphoreus, including Lycus. I have a thing for the villains. I... Not that it's like, oh, I approve of the things that Lycus does, but, like, he's pretty understandable as a villain, and he's so well written that I just can't help but love him, like, as... Not as a person, but as a well-developed character. I need to make this significantly smaller. You've taken up too much real estate. Her... That's... Her dress is very interesting. Ew. Bot. Gross. I do not have Twitch open on my phone. That's on me. Oh well. Her dress is really weird. Can I get a better view of it? Cool. If I had her, then I could just, you know, open up the game to get a good view, but Aglaya is one of the multiple Chrysos heirs that I skipped in favor of E6ing my Anaxa. I also, like, when I did her trial, I didn't really like how she played, so I figured it best to just not bother. Flower here, blink, 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 blink. And a little ruffle. Bosoms. She has quite a large bosom. I need to scooch her over so that she's more centered. Which means I need to scoot this back over. Get back over there. Go on, get. Can't you see no one loves you? Just kidding. People love Aglaia. I think Aglaia is one of my least favorite characters. Like, I get why she acts the way she does, but she's just not necessarily my cup of tea for, like, character archetypes. Although, I do appreciate having a blind character, even though they don't necessarily touch on it very much. But, like, it's mentioned more than once, but it's not really. It doesn't seem like it impacts her a lot, you know? If that makes sense. And I know it's like, oh, a character that is completely capable despite their disability, cool, but also I want to see how disability affects character. I'm gonna give her, like, this kind of nose. Beautiful, like, Grecian Aphrodite nose. Noses are some of the most, like, noses are some of the most, like, distinguishing features on faces. So it's one of the things that I try to make different on every character that I draw. But then it's also like, oh, I have to remember to make it consistent as well, not just unique, but it has to be consistent if I draw them again. Um, I think that's how rough I'll leave her. And of course, I wanted to make her look more mature than Finan, even though Finan is, like, you know, older. Like, he's an adult. I wanted him to look, like, younger, more juvenile, because he's more naive in how he is presented. Um, and Mighty, oh, I want to give him big hooked nose. So maybe because he's more of, like, a realistic pessimist, he should be looking, like, straight out. Um, or, like, a little down. Let me kind of trace over Finan just for, like, the sizing of things. Like that. Because, and the stripe is, like, the monster, right? It's like the monster symbol. Let me, yeah, upside down monster symbol with a little more going on. Castros has, like, the actual monster symbol. I should move the reference up. There we go. I have drawn Mighty before, but I'm gonna be drawing him very differently to how I drew him before, because when I drew him the first time, it was before we saw like the beautiful like carvings in game. Like I drew him like the patch that Amphoreus came out. So it was before we got like his backstory and everything, and before we saw that absolutely gorgeous um yeah, like mural that depicted him with like a very hooked nose, and then I fell in love with that, and oh, I love the hooked nose, so I want to have it in my style. I okay, while I was at FanX, I saw this gorgeous Dakimura of of Mighty, but it wasn't in like the game style. It was in the artist style, but they still didn't give him nipples, and it looked it was so funny to me that he just didn't have nipples even in someone else's art. I was like, I don't know if he got it removed or what, but poor boy didn't have nipples, and it made me sad while also making me laugh. This is a very interesting. Like I drew him before, but I clearly didn't absorb any of the information that I got from drawing him because I am not remembering anything about his outfit. His like the symbols on him are so pretty. Would would get tattooed IRL. I totally would. If I didn't already have like tons of tattoo plans that would interfere. Okay. Oop. Not trying to edit my brush. I am like making these jaws way too big. This is why they're just rough sketches. I'm also like messing up the angle that they're supposed to be at. Can you tell that I haven't drawn for like a week? Because I've been 3D modeling. That's that's a class that I'm in this semester is 3D modeling, and we're using Maya, and man, do I really hate Maya. I have used some Blender before, and it makes Maya feel even worse. Maya is like, I don't know, it's overly complicated for no reason. I mean, I say for no reason. It's overly complicated because it does so many different things so that you can do everything in one program instead of having multiple programs. Um, but that also makes it like really, really infuriating as someone who's learning 3D modeling for the first time. Because I don't know, like I keep running into problems and just like having to Google things because it's not like my class is only 3 hours. It's not twice a week, so it's not like I can just and I can just like, hey, I'm in class and I need to talk to my professor about it because most of my problems occur outside of the classroom. And when we're in class, he has like everyone write on the the board to like get help. And so it time always runs out in those 3 hours before everyone even gets their questions answered and gets their um like 3D models reviewed. Because right now in that class, I'm 3D modeling a water bottle because it's only week week 3 of the semester. So still like on the easier stuff, but it's I'm I'm hating it. It's a requirement for my major though, so I have to stick with it. Otherwise, I probably would have dropped the class already. Um, it's not that like I'm bad at 3D modeling, but it's just super time consuming. So I'm glad that I'm not in many other classes this semester. There's Mighty. Wow. I actually like I totally nailed that side profile like first try. That's crazy actually. I nailed it. That is Mightimos right there. Besides like some of his hair, I want it to be like a little messier. But like facial structure wise, that is like exactly how I wanted him to look. So W. Then who was the last one I put on here? Oh, Treeby. Oh, how do I want to do Treeby? Let me do pink for Treeby. Um, Seeing Treeby also reminds me of a Fanex. Oh, I already missed the convention that I went to. Oh, I already miss being on vacation, even though I'm so exhausted from walking so much every day. I feel like Treeby should definitely be facing this way and looking up. But um, I at Fanex I got to. Oh, they have like the okay. Womp. I'm sorry, I keep starting sentences and not finishing them. Oh, it's like a gate. I see. I see. Um, I got to meet Alejandro Sab, Alejandro Sab, and he was like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He was super sweet, and my husband and I were like, "Tell Hayden we love them," because oh my gosh, I I had already been following Alejandro for a while. Um, when Amphoreus started coming out in Star Rail, and that's when I learned of Hayden's existence, and I've been following them now ever since. And I have just fallen in love with their voice and the treeblets, as as I like to call them. Um, the treeblets, I totally fell in love with them as characters. They're super cute, and Hayden did such a good job voicing them and making them sound distinct, even though they're all one character. Also, this is gonna look weird, but like Treeby has a kid model, so that means giant head and smaller body. Um, but it was, oh my gosh, I could keep yapping about Fanix. That'll keep my mouth moving. Um, Alejandro Saab was one of the voice actors that I got to meet, and of course, just getting things signed. It's like you're not talking to them for a long time. You're just going in and getting stuff signed, taking a quick picture, and then leaving. But he recognized my cosplay immediately because I was an Exaggerus, but like in a drama onesie, which was really fun. And he, he thought it was the print that I brought was really cool and funny because it was, you know, it was this one. And I had already gotten it signed by Max. And he was really considerate when signing it. He was like, "Where do you want me to sign it and how? Because I don't want to like cover up the art too much," which was super nice and considerate, and I appreciated it a lot. And he was he was great. Max was great too. I'm also like when going to FanX realized that people are small. I am like the same size as Alejandro. He might be like half an inch taller than me. And then I was taller than Max, and Ray Chase wasn't very much taller than me either. um, it was the same way last year when I met some voice actors too, where I was like, "Oh, I'm I'm taller than you," and in my head, you were like this giant, so it feels weird that you're so much smaller than me, or my height, because like I think Fred Tedeschiori was also just like my height, which was surprising to me. But everyone was super sweet. I keep using sweet as a descriptor word, but I don't know. Like it's really nice going to conventions and being around other people that are more like me, because where I live, it feels like there's not a lot of people that have similar interests or that care about the same things that I do anywhere. And I'm I'm not a bit of an outcast. I totally am just like an outcast where I live. So it feels nice going to conventions and being like, oh, these are like my people, and I get to show appreciation for like the voice actors that I've been following, and also like all of the local artists that are coming in to sell. You guys totally don't want to know how much my husband and I spent at Artist Alley at this FanX. It, it was quite a bit, but it was worth it because there was so much stuff. And like I said, tomorrow I'll during my special stream I'll totally show like pictures of stuff that I got. I feel like I am achieving what I set out to do with Treeby, which is making them look like a tween. Not like a young child, but like a tween. Because in my head, Treeby doesn't have like the body of like a young child. Maybe that's just because I'm bad at drawing kids and I don't want to. I don't want to. Drawing kids is hard. I don't like doing it. I had to in one of my classes. Um, in drawing to we had to draw people of all different ages just so you can like learn obviously, and I was like, kids are like aliens. They they really do look like weird alien creatures. I never want to draw kids again unless it's like super stylized, basically drawing them like chibis. Like I could draw a baby right here right now. Big big eyes, little nose. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, it's a little baby with their big old heads. Oh, look at that little baby. um, I don't like drawing kids though, so I avoid it at all costs. I also don't like drawing like super old people either. So if I wanted Treeby to look even younger, what I would need to do is just, which I might just squish the face a little bit. You leave the head giant. It's like I said, kids have giant skulls. And then make their neck a little shorter to look more childlike. And I forgot to shrink that back down. And soften the jaw a little, and then they're more childlike. Kids also have like huge ears. Was that everyone sketched for? Yeah, that was everyone for this set. Cool. Wow. I've created a monster. I've created a horrific creature. Um, I might screenshot everyone real quick. It's also like you can totally tell that I was starting to to get in the groove after I did Aglaya. I like taking screenshots of my work at every step so that I can look back and see the process and also make silly videos out of it. Um oh, I should totally copy. Whoa. What? No. Okay. Can I copy? Okay, yes. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can copy layers and paste them. Cool. Just so I can remember the order that I did them in. Teehee, setting up my next canvas. Boink, boink, boink. Turn these guys off, and who are we doing next? Cypher. Ugh. There we go. I was like, ugh, white background, gross. Cypher I might have looking down, but still on this side. Let me approximate how I did that. What is Cypher's symbol? Well, I know it's like trickery, but what is it? $sign. It's not really a $sign, it's this question mark. It's like that, kinda. But with bigger balls. Oh shit. I was doing that on the same layer. No, it's fine because I can just paste the layer again and then turn the opacity on this one down, move it in, and then just trace over what I just did. It's fine. I came up with a solution fast enough that it doesn't bother me too badly. Also, just as like a quality of life thing, I promise I will like get some background music to play while I'm sorry, I had to yawn. I promise I will get some background music to play. Siri, get out of here. While I'm streaming art, I just, because I was gone for a week for vacation, didn't have time to do anything of the sort. And in general, there's like a lot of quality of life things I need to do for stream, but it's hard to find time when you're a college student and also streaming 4 days a week. Unless I were to like start like drawing more stream setup, like graphics and stuff for stream while on stream. Eh? Eh? Tapping my head and then tapping the screen. What kind of... What if I just like straight up made her just like a cat? Like just gave her like a cat nose and everything. I'm so silly and funny. I wouldn't do that. She is one that I drew before. I know that. I'm pretty sure I just gave her like similar kind of nose to Finon, but why did I say it like that? Finon to Finon, but like more feminine. And then indeed a kitty mouth and little fangs. But like an upturned, thinner type of nose. One of the characters that I have like no clue I how I'm gonna draw are um Caesar and High Sealans because I don't know, I'm usually not very good at drawing characters I don't necessarily like, and I don't know, neither of them really, I didn't really like either of them. I'll be honest. I I didn't. I actually like completely hated Sari Draw, and Hysolins I thought she was just kind of boring. I did give her like a very cat-like face. I think it works. I think it works so long as I scooch this part up a little more because it was a little too long. Cat coin. Blink. I mean, to be honest, I also don't like Cypher, but one of my friends like really loves Cypher, so I've already drawn her before. I'm not a fan of cat girls. I'll be honest, just in general, not usually a cat girl character, I usually won't like them. Um Fox girls on the other hand, that's a different story. Fei Xiao, I love her design. I don't like some of the things they did with her character, but I think overall she's a good character and I really love her design and her voice, so I like her. But most like cat girl characters, I don't like, because I also don't like Diona, but in general, I don't like super childlike characters, and I just feel bad for Diona rather than like liking her. I'm just like feel empathy for her, which I mean, you're also supposed to feel empathy for the characters, so like that's not a bad thing, but it's like the only thing I feel for Diona. Um, Now I have to figure out how to do her hair and hood from this angle. Her ears would be like here and here. I hate drawing hoods. Another reason not to like drawing cipher is the hood. It's I also like hate drawing like hats, so it's like the same concept. The only exception to that is drawing cowboy hats. I have a fondness for drawing cowboy hats, mainly because of Cassidy Overwatch. Because Cole Cassidy was like one of the characters that I was like, "Yep, I'm hyper fixated on you." And I stayed fixated on him and Genji for a long time. Of course, that was before I had an iPad, so I don't have any of the art like on here to be able to show, but and also it's like, ugh, that would be something that I would save for a very future day. Like, oh, let's go through all of my like old cringe art with me. Yeah, that's that's not something I want to do anytime soon. Maybe for like a certain like follower like goal, I'll be like, it's a it's a cringe stream time. Because to do that, I would also probably need access to some of my old sketchbooks that I don't have with me. Because I think my mother has most of my old sketchbooks. I don't think I brought many with me when I moved. So, RIP some of that old art, probably. I like that I got so worked up on trying to draw the rest of her that I didn't even, like, try and draw her shoulders. It's fine. I'm chicken scratching anyways, just to get the idea out there. What's the saying that's been going around a lot recently? Like, make it exist first, make it good later. Make it exist first, make it good later. That's something that I've been trying to live by with my art. Is as long as I get it out, then it doesn't necessarily matter how long it takes me to finish it, so long as I get my ideas out there. Oh, it's been over an hour, so I'm taking like wrist wrist stretching break. Rich wrist stretches done. Back on the grind. So that was Cypher. Who else did I have on this one? Ah, that might be a problem. The two that I am like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Um, who else? Okay, the three that I've never drawn before. Actually, no, I've drawn Hysolins. Not Hyacinth. I've drawn Hyacinth, I think. Let me let me go back here. I think I had to draw Hyacinths. Not Hyacinths. Hyacinth. I'm so nope, that's my portfolio thing. Did I have to draw Hyacinth? Um hmm. I did not. At least not on that one. Oops. So I don't know how I would draw these three. Most of the time I just kind of go with whatever like hits me first. Like whatever stands out to me most. But I know with Hyacinth I probably want to make her um like look younger because she does have the like still grown up more than Treeby, but more like Finan, maybe. Where it's like a little more mature but still young looking. Saridra. I'm no. Get out of here, Siri. Um Saridra. What if I say it like that? Saridra? I think if I say it like that, it won't trigger you know who. I I know it's like haha she's short, but oh, what is going on there? And then like a braid. And then another braid. Braid. Okay. Her cut kind of chopped, not gonna lie. I I low-key kind of hate her hair. I think her hair is worse than like Yolan's for me. And I hate Yolan's hair. I hate that fuck ass bob. Just forward placement, and she has the oops. There we go. She has the scales, which you know, easy enough. Would she be looking? I feel like she would be looking down, and high ceilings would be looking up. As long as I have like a good enough balance of both, I think that either the circle or the square, like the circle or the rectangle idea, would work so long as I have a good enough balance of looking up and down and left or right. I was really hoping that I would like Saridra more than I did. I feel kind of bad for not liking her because I was like, oh, her design is so cool. She kind of reminds me of Farina. And then we met her in game, and I was like, oh, I kind of hate her. Not gonna lie, I was like, oh, this is what we get. Yikes. Not that the voice acting is bad. I think her voice actor is amazing. I just like don't like her as a character. And I think her design is good too. There are some things that are just like you're doing too much. It's too busy. And she is of course cursed by the open shoulders epidemic. But, you know, what what Hoyo female in Star Rail isn't cursed by the open shoulders epidemic? That's the real question. I was about to say Fei Zhao, but she also wait, let me Fei Zhao is a character I don't have. Fei Zhao doesn't have open shoulders, but she does have like the side boob cut out. She has open shoulders if she takes off her coat. That's right. Never mind. She doesn't get a pass. She does not get a pass for that. I think part of what I just like hate about Saridra's design in specific is these weird like tentacles that come down that don't feel quite like hair. They really do feel like jellyfish tentacles. But she's not the jellyfish themed character. Evernight is the jellyfish themed character. I swear I'm not just complaining. How do I... What kind of face should she have? I know it's like, haha, she's short, and so they gave her like a childish face, but she's... And she does like throw tantrums like a child in a way, but I... I don't want to give her like a super like childish looking face. She is the Imperator, after all. I'm also glad I have her facing this way because the diamonds on the hair. Hmm. I should scoot this in to give her a less childlike look by making her skull not as big. Let me turn this down. Turn this down. Not. Let me make this darker so I could see more of what I'm doing. Hmm. I'm wondering if I should... What did Caesar's nose look like? What if I just, like, stole his nose for her? Since she's, like, based on him, you know? I'm seeing some differences in these statues. But it seems like if I gave her Caesar's nose, she would have like a bit of a stronger brow, and then this kind of nose. Which is a very masculine nose, but I think it will work. So long as I balance it with her other features. Like giving her fuller lips. And maybe shaving it down a little. And making her softer in other areas, and then like having the nose as like a statement almost. I should make it like a little shorter, like that. Who is this? That's not my Saridra, is what I can imagine someone saying, because I'm giving her big nose and not little dainty feminine nose. Especially like it, I mean it does fit because she is like a very like demanding character. Said I was gonna make her softer and then give her a super masculine jaw. So let me soften that. I'm figuring it out as I go. Actually, let me just grab all this and scooch it down. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. And if I hate it later, then I'll fix it later. And her, she's just completely covered by this hair. But I don't want it to completely cover her jaw. It might have to, though. I mean, it'll make it... Actually, if I cover her jaw, it does make her look a little softer. Give that soft edge to the... like, powerfulness. I don't know. I hate just all, like, the super hard edges on her hair. I don't even know where, like, this tendril is supposed to be coming from. It just doesn't make sense. Now she looks far more adult than what she looks like in-game as well. Crown. could make her head a little bigger. By continuously shrinking down her face, I made her head a little too small. I think she still looks feminine. Oh, sorry. Big yawn. I need to stop yawning. I think I'll do one more sketch and then I'll take a little break. So, on to the other most difficult character for me. She is also going to be facing this way, but looking up, I said. So, I will stick to that. Let me whomp. Trying to keep this consistent still. And what is Fagusa's symbol? Yes, it's the chalice. Which makes sense. And, well, let me also whop head. Because I am like, oh yes, she's a siren, I want to give her like a very like flowy, soft face. If that makes sense. Like I know it's like, oh, she's also good reason for her to be pointing this way so I don't have to draw that as much. And instead I just get to draw the like spine she has on her head. And like one horn, one spike of, or two. I like that with her because I actually like her hair. I'm just starting with her hair. Her hair also blocks a lot. Which is both great and not. At least I don't have to draw her ears. Haha. It's a win in my book. That's like my least favorite thing of drawing side profiles is drawing the ears. I'm not very good at drawing ears in general. Which I know means that I need to practice and get better at them, but oh well. The thing that's hard about her is this coral piece that's there. But it's gonna be like kind of blocked by her hair. Because she has her head turned. I like that, like, Aglaya's the only woman in Amphoreus that has, like, really big boobs. Everyone else has, like, really small ones. Or, like, average-sized ones. And by, like, a really slopey face, I'm kind of meaning, like... I'm also, like, trying to give them a lot of, like, Greco-Roman features, because that's where Amphoreus is based off of. I'm thinking about the, I believe I'm thinking about the Pieta by Michelangelo. I'm kind of thinking about his face of Madonna for her. Yeah, that is exactly what I was picturing in my mind. Specifically the the Pieta from 1514. Not the one that he did near the end of his life that went mostly unfinished. The one that he did super early on in his career. It was one of my favorite pieces from when I took my art history classes because it is just so gorgeous. The drapery and stuff on it is amazing. And instead of putting the emphasis on Christ like a lot of pietas do, it is like fully on Madonna in it. Um, Either way, um, the Madonna in this sculpture just has this like gorgeous, very like flat, very slopey face, and that's what I was imagining for High Sealants. Because I don't know, to me, like merfolk have like really flat faces, and I know that she's like not merfolk in like the traditional sense, but she is in my mind, okay? Like this. Ugh, yes, yes. Guys, did I eat? Am I eating? Am I eating yet with these designs? I also feel like a really long neck fits her, so I'm gonna keep her neck nice and long. Yes. Flat face fish woman. Move this down just a smidge. And her chin up just a little, just to soften her face, just even a little bit further. And now this is off center, so let me recenter it. There we go. Her neck is a little too long, even though I wanted it long. There we go. But like, ugh. Yes. And I know like Michelangelo, not Greek or Roman, obviously. Obviously, that's a Renaissance man, but the Renaissance brought back those Greco-Roman like beauty standards in the arts. So I intend to respect that as such. But ugh, I could gush about this statue for even longer, but I'm not going to. I think Your nose needs to come out just a little more. Yeah, there we go. Because I will say though that I have a merfolk OC whose name is Calypso, and her face is like this, because she has like instead of like nostrils, they're like tiny little gills that are on her face, and then more gills. And I did. Part of me was like, I want to give her a face kind of like my OC, especially because Calypso is named after a siren from Greco-Roman mythology. So gorgeous, gorgeous girl, my gorgeous fish lady. I will say I do like High Sealans more than Ceridra, at least. Partly because Ceridra was barely in the quest. That's probably part of it. Um, Either way, it's about time for me to feed my cats anyways, so I am going to take a break and I will be right back. All right, I am back. Back again. All right. Okay, what was I doing? As if I forgot already. I'm just kidding. Um, Hyacinth, I think, is. Yes, Hyacinth is the last one on this canvas. So, the last one for the moment. And since I don't have references for the new Cyrene, I'm not gonna bother like sketching the Trailblazer and Cyrene today. But okay, what side? Tyson would be looking this way and up. Okay, cool. And me. This is I'm playing like a game of telephone with this border at the bottom. I really am. It's just gonna like morph over time. And let me look at what the Sky Titans look like. It's an eyeball. Okay. Wop. Wop. Wop, 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 wop. Close enough. Hell yeah. There we go. And circle. I'm I'm playing this huge game of telephone. Um so she's gonna be looking this way and up. I want her to honestly look like a teenager, I think. Because she is like a student. Well, she's like a teacher's assistant, but I think she's one of the youngest of the Chrysos heirs, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. She at least seems like one of the youngest of the Chrysos heirs. Like personality wise, so. Whoa, she has a collar kind of like mine. Then boink, boink, boink. Boink, boink, boink. I do like her collar. That also reminds me that I need to finish Cicero's design completely because I only have like half of a character sheet done. And yet I'm streaming with it. Um, Honestly, of course, because I am a PNG tuber, I don't have to have a full body, but it is quite funny because I did simply uh cut Cicero off uh, at the mid chest, which technically I could I could show that if I wanted. Let me. No, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna move him. You guys don't get the privilege of that yet. Maybe maybe in the future you'll see how cursed my setup is if I ever decide to stream what my like screen looks like rather than programs. I did not make these wide enough. What is that? What are you doing, bro? That's about how big her chest is. Get get it right. She has like kind of drop shoulders. There we go. There we go. That's better. And I'm really not sure what to do with her hat. What is that girl? Hyacinth is another that I skipped in favor of. Now, I'm so delusional. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, Screwlum. Screwlum is gonna come out. Screwlum's gonna come out this patch, I swear. Screwlum's gonna come out this version, I swear he is. And I had like 900 wishes saved up. And now I'm almost back to 300 on Star Rail already since getting E6 on Axa, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm still holding out hope that Screwlum will be playable eventually. I need my knockoff Omnic. Zenless is getting a Screwlum before we do. I only saw a glimpse of that character, but he or they it really is just an Omnic. Like it you cannot look at the new Zenless character and say that is not at least inspired by Omnics. Because let me look at that. I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, let me just look again. That it really the new character that's going to be coming out in Zenless, the robot one, it really is giving Ramatra Overwatch. It's he's giving Ramatra Overwatch. Gotta say. And not that I'm complaining about that. Like, no, give me more hot robots. Cause Loki, Lygus kind of. Why Lygus kind of. You know, he, he kind of. So many people were like, "Oh, he's so ugly." I don't think so. And Lygus and Rarier being the same guy. Hello, Blythe. Like, such a talented voice actor. I hope that Blythe gets to like voice someone playable eventually instead of just the villains. He does an amazing job as the villains, but I would like to hear his voice as more than just like in quests. I would like to hear his voice while playing, if that makes sense. Oh, look at this cutie patootie. She's so cute. Wait, I kind of ate. I'm kind of eating right now. I'm gobbling it up, as it were. Or wait, should I give her like more of a button nose? She would have like a little button nose. Oh, a little button nose fits her so well. And let me just squish this down a little so she looks younger. And I'll do it like that, and then cut her hair off right here to do her hat thing. Not hat thing, like it is a hat. I just really, I think it's like a beret, which are awful to draw. I don't want it to look like a Newsie's cap. And also the fact that she has like a halo on it makes it weirder. Not as in she's weird for doing that, but like it's weirder to draw. She has like a scrunchie. You really can't see her ears. I need to just like get rid of all of this right here. Because she has this big curl here. Maybe hot pink was not the option. Oh my gosh, I just looked on my computer. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to see. That helps. I didn't realize it was that hard to see on a different screen. Hot pink probably. I promise I'll, well, I won't promise that I won't ever draw in hot pink on stream again, but I'll do my best to remember not to. I have no idea how to draw like twin drills. Like drill hairs. I was not a Teto artist. I was a Miku artist when I was in middle school, okay? I never drew the drills. Oh wow, they're even longer than I realized. There's the Oopie Goopy. Look at the Oopie Goopy. Wait, why does she low-key... Wait. Why did I kind of make her look like Juno? she really looks like Juno from Overwatch. that, that was completely accidental. But it it totally fits, so I'll just keep it like that, I think. Like it totally does like work for her. So that is 4 more done. Well, done as in sketched. Excuse the flashbangs while I screenshot. Yippee! And then that leaves 4 more. Which it will also be my first time drawing March 7th. And my like 4th time drawing Casterus. You know, the thing is, Casterus isn't even one of my favorite characters. It's just that she's been requested more than once. Whenever I've done like doodle requests, she simply just gets requested more. I think she's a lot of people's favorites. I know that she's one of my husband's favorites, so it makes sense. Oh, I totally need to, is it still... No, it's not still copied. I need to grab this layer again to put it in here to reference back to. Paste. Cool. Oh, go up. Go up. There we go. I might start with Evernight because she's the one that I don't know what to do with. I promise I'm gonna swap it off of Hot Pink. I promise. Evernight can have like dark red because ooh, I'm so edgy. And what way did I have her facing? This way. I feel like she would be looking down. So she's facing this way. Facing the left and looking down. And she gets to be this one's winging it of the border that will change drastically over time, I assume. What I'll really do for like these borders is I will make a canvas that is just the border and then just like copy and paste it multiple times and then add the symbols after because that's what makes sense. What is Evernight doesn't have a symbol, does she? Ooh. Ooh. What would I put for hers then? Again, I haven't played the quest yet. So if I played the quest, I would probably know a little more what to do with her. Um, hmm. Hmm. Thinking and scrolling through the wiki. Yeah, maybe the like jellyfish. Maybe I'll just like do her jellyfish. Or like the enigmata symbol. Kind of like that. Whatever. It's Evernight, whatever. Um and then she's looking this way and down. Okay. Reminding myself. I feel like this might be too big. I think it should be there. This will need to be bigger. Yippee! Or maybe I could do the... Instead of the Enigmata symbol, I might do, like, her earring. And do the... upside down question mark. Because that makes sense for her. Bink, 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 bink. I don't know why I did the flower first, but it is what it is. At least she has a pretty easy outfit in comparison to some of the others. Or petaled flowers, my enemy. Why do you have your suit only half on? What? I love wearing my suit jacket only on one shoulder. It's so hip and trendy. Goo. And then she has more goo. Goo. I am excited to play the quest, but I still have to finish the Archon quest on Genshin. Part 2 of... or Act 2 of Nod Cry. Because of the convention, I didn't get to do it. Because con crunching is real. I know March has like a... I feel like normal March, like I know they're supposed to look the same, but I feel like under normal circumstances I would give March a softer face, closer to Hyacinth's, but because it's dark, evil March, I think I'm gonna make her face more angular and like where it could still be like fun and bubbly, but under the right circumstances and with the right expressions, but with Dark March it just looks wrong. Kind of like, since I keep talking about Overwatch, kind of like Moira in a way, where it's like sharp and angular, but could look softer under the right circumstances. And March is not under the right circumstances right now. And after I finish drawing and get off stream, I have to 3D model. I'm still not over that. I've spent 3 hours today 3D modeling, and I'm like, well, it's due on Wednesday, so I have to do more. I have to keep modeling. You can never stop modeling. 3D modeling must take over your entire semester if you take a 3D modeling class. I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of 3D modeling just a little though, so it hopefully won't take as long as I think it will. And it's one of the classes where I'm like, C's get degrees, baby. C's get degrees, but they don't keep my scholarship. So I have to keep earning my scholarship, especially if I want to afford to to be able to afford actually selling at conventions, which reminds me I did sign up for another convention, but I know that I'm on the wait list because I waited just a little too long to do it because I forgot about it. Uh, with everything else, I just completely forgot to sign up before it filled up because the place is it's a pretty small convention, so it has returning vendors and artists every year, and so they don't have the most room for like newer people, so it I know it fills up really fast. What is this like rat tail she has going on that's like jellyfish? I mean, I know it's jellyfish, but I think this is pretty good for March until I know more about what's going on with her and can add to it. Um Either way, it's a pretty small convention, so they have a lot of returning vendors every year. So I'm not sure if I'll get into it, but one of the other conventions that I want to sign up for has not opened their um sign up yet because it was just in June, and so I don't think they have everything like yeah, like they don't I was just like, let me check. They don't have the website up yet. So they definitely don't have signups open yet because last year it's in June and last year they like opened everything up in December for like signing up and buying tickets and everything. So I'm probably not going to be able to sign up for that one for like another month because it's a newer convention, but it's been really successful so far. So I want to go to that one because it would be nice like having one in February and then one in May and then one in June. Um, and then maybe I would be able to get into a bigger one too. I just like want to like it really is like a dream for me to be like, "Oh, I can like make it and be successful selling at conventions and traveling a lot and streaming and voice acting. Like that's my dream combination of things. But who knows? Who knows? I'm hopeful, but it's going to be a lot of work and I need to put a lot of work into making more art and also need to put a lot of work into voice acting and making things better for my stream. And there's never enough time in the day to do everything that I want to do, but I'll make it work. A wise man who's not really very wise once said, just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. um, let's see. Reason is like a neuron. Because now it's time for my favorite creature, Anaxagoras. I think I've drawn him differently, like both times that I've drawn like full illustrations for him. Let me. He looks very different between these. Ooh, I gave him a very. Okay, I can do that. I gave him like a very like long nose. In the other drawing. So I might do that again. And since he's facing this way, I have to just cover his eye with his eye patch. I mean, it makes him more recognizable anyways. Also the fact that I just like don't have to look at his reference because I've drawn him enough is a little crazy. I draw him very thin because it is canon that he does not take care of himself and he's very light and basically just empty. This goes on this side. I am just completely drawing him from memory instead of looking at the reference. We'll see how close I get to the real thing by doing that. Um, and I hit this. I would want this to be like peeking out. And he has a collar like this, and a thing that goes like this, and attaches, and it's pointy. And his coat. It's not really a coat, it's like a cowl because his shoulders are still exposed. And it goes like off of his shoulders. Because he has. But you wouldn't see his shoulders because of the cowl. Teehee. And it's doo-doo-doo-doo. And top of his head, he has the like hair vents. I don't know what else to call them, but hair vents. Really, I could look at the Anaxawig I styled. That's that's right behind me if I really needed to, but I genuinely like just don't really need his reference because I've drawn him so much. Even though I've only done like the two like full pieces, I've drawn him more than that. Just like little doodles of him frequently. I think I made that too tall. Let me scooch it down. It's mainly now like, oh, how do I want to do his nose? Yeah, let me just turn off the reference. I don't need it. Let me turn this off too. It's being distracting. Yeah, so if his eyebrow is right here, then eye level, nose. pointy nose. And a very gaunt face. Although, I mean, it's not quite. It should go like this. I'm wondering if he should maybe be facing the other way so you see his eye, but I think it's still interesting if you're just seeing his eye patch. It makes him a little more recognizable too, as like, hey, this is Anaxagoras honkai star rail because look at the eye patch. I smile a little strongly, kisses him. Yeah, I think I did pretty good drawing him from memory. Oh wait, yeah, let me screenshot as I'm going this time, rather than doing them all at the end. And then it's Castorus and Don Hung. Okay. Castorus, what side were you on? The left side. I would want her looking up. Some of these are so, especially the women, so hard because their hair is just like completely covering their face from the side in game, but I want to be able to see their faces. And who knows, maybe I'll just like completely regret this idea and completely change how I'm doing them afterwards. I don't know. So she's gonna be looking this. Oops. She's gonna be looking this way. Nope, hidden layer. What am I doing? She's gonna be looking this way and up. Now I get to do the real upside down monster symbol. Let me look at it. Except it's a hand. I just realized that it's a hand. It makes me feel a little stupid. Well, it's hand-like, at least. It's still the upside-down monster symbol to me. Casters, I think I gave her, like, a quite hooked nose as well when I drew her before. Uh-huh. I mean, even though I've drawn her multiple times, I still need her reference. And she has flowers on this side. Casper's is so pretty. I love her color scheme and everything. And then I gave her like big doe eyes because she's so gentle. Wait, no, elf ears. Haha, almost forgot. And then her hair obscures her whole face, but I won't let it. Um, I really hate having to cover up the like jaw lines. Casper is totally like aura farmed when when we first got to Amphoreus, and they made us like follow her, but not too close. Else you might die. You'll die if you get too close to her. And then like Aglaya forcing her to be like our executioner if we get questions wrong. Slash a lie. Locked in. Had to lock in for Castris with her weird crown. I feel bad that she's like not really part of the story anymore since we finished her part. I mean, it's the same with like half of the Crisis heirs. I mean, I'm not sure about this patch, but like she showed up for like just like a couple lines last patch because everything was like so centered around Saridra and Hysolins that like none of the old Chrysos heirs really got to show up, except for Treeby and Aglaya a little bit. Except at the very end. Wow, I gave her a super long neck. I can scoot her down. I want her to be elegant, but not quite as like long necked as Hysealance. I feel like every time I draw women, you can tell that I mainly draw men. I used to only draw women, which is the thing. For the longest time, I only drew women. And then I realized, wait, men are attractive. And I haven't looked back. Did I screenshot her already? No. Okay, cool. And last but not least, Dank Hank. This reference looks so small because he just has so much to his model. And which way was he facing? This way, and probably down. I'll let him be orange. He can be orange. And then I actually have no clue what like the earth symbol is. So let me look at the Chrysos heirs symbols again. Earth. Ooh, what even is that? It looks like two swords. Like slashing at the same time. So I'm gonna start with an X and then put a curve over it. And then there's like a V and then another. It looks like that. Okay. That works. I might have to make him a little smaller so that I can fit his horns in. Because horns more important than like crowns and stuff. And to the left and down. I feel like everyone who's facing the left is looking down except for like Finan. I didn't like check how balanced I was making it. Right up, left down, left down. Left up, right up, right down, right down. Right up, left up, right down, left up. No, I think I actually managed to do it like pretty balanced. So I'll keep him facing down. And this Dan Heng is beefier than the other ones. He's gonna need to be a little bigger than that. And just down further. Even, he's like significantly more buff than Inhibitor Lune Dan Heng. So I'm gonna put him closer to Mighty and Finance body type, but not quite. And the victim of the only one shoulder can be covered club. What even? What is this? What? I love that he like keeps the turtleneck with zipper no matter what. It is his one must have no matter what outfit he wears. I must have turtleneck with zipper. Uh I must have my turtleneck with the zipper. Otherwise, I will crash out. My name is Don Hong. Prohibitor libiter. Actually want to look back. I keep being like, I'm pretty sure I drew this person. I'm pretty sure I drew this person. I know that I drew. Oh yeah, how did I did it pretty close to that. I know that I drew Don Hung and Bibiter Lune. And I know it because I saw it. I saw it earlier. Okay. Just so I can remember, like, what I did. Also, clearly I cut him up at some point for some reason. It was probably an accident when I was moving other things around. Okay. I know what I was doing. I know what I was thinking when I did that. And that was exactly what I was thinking when I drew the Don Hung and Vipiter Lune, I'm pretty sure. Like that kind of profile. Why does he look so tired? He just like me for real. I nailed that shit. I'm just so cool like that. I just nail everything first try. I said lyingly. After complaining about 3D modeling for 20 minutes. I just nail everything first try. I'm just that good, I guess. I hate the rat tail so much. Why couldn't they just give him long hair? Just give him, like, properly long hair, please. Why the rat tail? Now, about his horns. Okay. They're like that shape from the side. Oh yeah, I nailed that. Look at my boy. My boy that we're getting for free. I think. Was that really 12 sketches already? I say already as if it hasn't been 3 hours. It's just 4 an hour. That's 15 minutes per sketch. That's really not that bad. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's horrendous. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, wow. Wow. That's crazy actually. I It's also crazy that like I managed to seemingly keep the symbol in the middle somewhat consistent. It seems like it inched up like on this one. Oops. I didn't do that right. And it should be like more down here, which means that you would get to see just more of his chest, basically. For me, like guessing where it was on the other two campuses, that's actually pretty good. Um, wow. Well then. Sorry, yawning again. I'm still so tired after traveling, like all of yesterday, and been having an 8 a.m. class this morning. I think also that he could be a little bigger. Whoa. Like there. Um, so I know technically I'm supposed to go for another hour, but I got everything done that I was planning to during stream a lot faster than anticipated. Um, so I might just like rest since I have quite a bit of schoolwork to do, and I have a class tomorrow, And I will also be streaming tomorrow, which is a bonus stream. Streaming tomorrow night at 6:30 Mountain Time, which is my lame ass time zone, to pull for Flynn's at 7. And before I pull, I think I will have made like a little photo album, and like we'll be going through that, and then maybe doing like a world quest before the banner resets for Flynn's. Um, Either way, I do think I'm gonna go a little bit early and just have a little more time this evening to do 3D modeling. Ugh. Um, so thank you everyone who came out to the stream this evening, or who may be watching the VOD afterwards. Had fun drawing, even though the first 30 minutes was a bit of a mess of me figuring out how to do it before I actually started drawing. Um, had a great time. I will be back tomorrow, and then I will be back Friday after that. Back from vacation, so back to a normal schedule. With that being said, thank you again, and good night.